Hi, good morning. This is Kai Lim, and this is episode 6 Crypto to Wealth Learn, Create Wealth. Today is 19th of June 2017, and the time now is 9:38 a.m. This episode 6, I'll be covering week 12 to 18 June 2016 roundup, summary of the last 5 to 7 days, action on Bitcoin and Ether, and the week cycle, and to identify the opportunities and the risks. And also, I'll be talking about using a bearing. It's very important when you are doing some trading or some exchange to have a bearing. And using a bearing, a similar bearing would be best, so you'll be able to identify whether it is a gain or loss. If you use different bearing, then during the frenzy selling and buying, you may find that it is very difficult. You can make silly mistakes that you do not want to do, and if you make silly mistakes, you can lose a lot of money in cryptocurrency. Similarly, if you make intelligent moves, you can make more than what your normal make more than what it may be so. However, in cryptocurrency, there's one very big risk that most people I hear don't talk about is regarding the exchanges. Now, if you go to a money exchange, it's very straightforward. You're talking to a person. You go down there, you look at the rate, exchange rate, and you say, okay, today this is the price, this is what I'm going to get. And then the money exchange guy will give you a piece of paper, say, okay, this is the amount. Now, when you go to a cryptocurrency exchange, everything is run by robots or AI or algorithms. All these algorithms are being programmed that people will buy and sell at certain rates. So when a lot of people get in during the frenzy, during the up and down, right? The computers are actually matching the pricing. So there's no human interaction. And in case anything goes wrong, and once you submitted a bid or a sell, right? The computer just take your instruction. And the worst case is because there's always a limit. In computerology, they call it a bandwidth. When there are too many people coming in, the exchange will queue. When it queue, the prices may change at any second or any minute. And if they queue too long, then the price movement is too far. And you find that instead of making a gain, you make a loss. So this is one of the things that you need to consider when, especially during high, a lot of people are buying and selling. So this is what we call logarithm trading. Very, very, very risky. So this one thing, yeah. Then I'll talk about what is a decentralized and centralized system. Okay, and then I will try to cover today how to understand Bitcoin and Ether in layman's term, and then I'll try to make more educational information videos from this week. So let's begin. Okay, if you look at the chart right now, the volume has gone down. It's minus 3% for Bitcoin. And the 24 hours pricing is 2542. By the way, this is US dollar. And the price is 2523 now traded average, right? And since this is lower than this, then likelihood of this going down is higher, right? So let's click Bitcoin. Now, as you know, there was a big drop on Wednesday and Thursday, and the price recover and then recover more. And it looks like now it's trying to consolidate at this particular area. So this is now about 2.5. You see this level here, US dollars, 2.5 around here, yeah? Would it go lower? Would it go further? Anyone's guess, yeah? But I think if you take a look at this, which I covered in my last video, and this, you see there's a lot of similarity. Go down, up, and then boom. If this trend continues and remains the same as here, if this trend here continue and remains same here, then you see a likely upside for Bitcoin for the rest of the week. And I believe this will happen tomorrow or Thursday. Tuesday or Wednesday. I think the trend will be up. Yeah. But if we go down, then it will be testing the bottom again, maybe 2002 or maybe even 2000 or 2008. But unlikely, yeah. You see here it goes up, here bottom. This is another bottom, the prices rise. So the last bottom is about 2200. Yeah. and maybe 2400 is the next bottom. So the likely trend is up. So my prediction is it should go up. You'll see here, da 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 da, and then. So watch out Bitcoin. Yeah, I think this week the rally will be on Bitcoin. Bitcoin. So if you have not bought any Bitcoin, right, you may want to consider buying some. Yeah, but of course I'm not giving you financial advice or trading advice. I'm just giving you what I think. Yeah? So uh, the price going up. Yeah, but if you're waiting for Bitcoin to go down to 1800 or 1400 or 1200, then I don't see happening. Yeah, I don't see happening because this is the bottom. This is the bottom. So the trend will be going up. Now, in case you missed some of my videos and just join me in my first video, go to the video that I make about similarities. Lots of similarity between here and here. So, always try your best not to follow the crowd. When this is minus, and the more it is minus, then your decision will be, if you have don't own any, your decision will be what is the bottom, and if you want to get into this cryptocurrency trading, then the decision not to sell, because when you sell, the price will go down further. When you buy, right, and more people buy, you'll go up. So now let's look at Ether. Okay, for Ether, the volume has gone down 1.35%. The price average 24 hours is 36, 360, and the current price is very similar, very about the same with this 24-hour trending. Yeah. So as you can see down here, it is hovering. That means a very little action at this minute in time. Right. Yeah. So let me click here. Now, similarly, I mentioned earlier is that the Ether price has gone up too fast. Yeah, in a very short time, it has gone up. Right. And currently, the trend in my last video, I mentioned that it is following Bitcoin. You see, now you see Bitcoin, yeah? Almost exactly the same. Yeah. So, similarly, right, my prediction is the same for Bitcoin, for Ether and Bitcoin. Right, I think this week the rally will be up, and it may begin as fast as tonight, tomorrow, or maybe by Wednesday, my time. Yeah, in the east. Yeah, in the eastern part of the world. So the pricing here will likely, I will see, will go up. I think it will test 400, 450, maybe 500 by end of this month. So end of this month means another 11 days more to go. So similarly, this is minus by 135%. If you are trying to get into this game and have some fun, right? And then this is a good price to look at, because the bottom was at about 3. Now it's already holding about 343, 344. The last bottom was about 300, right? And it's unlikely to go down, because as you can see down here, every time there's a bottom, it goes up, right? So unless some dramatic news happen, yeah, you will fall, which is unlikely. The trend will be on the way upwards. So if you want to have, if you have some money that you want to take some risk with, have your calculated risk, then it is to buy. Yeah, it's a good time to buy. Okay, next I will cover two more coins. This is called Ripple. Yeah, Ripple is currently going up 4.43%. Yeah. So it is about 0.25 average, and the Ripple price currently sold is about 0.26. That means likelihood of this going up here, this is today, for this particular Ripple coin. Okay, so let's click here. Now Ripple has actually made a tremendous jump in price in just 2 months time. It has actually gone up. Yeah. So those people who actually bought around this period, yeah, they actually enjoy multiple percentage, and it has consolidated. So likelihood of the price going up is higher than the price going down based on today's trend. Yeah. So this is Ripple. I'll cover what Ripple is later in my today's presentation. Now the next coin you may want to look at is called Litecoin. Bitcoin is like a gold, big brother. Yeah. Litecoin is like silver. Litecoin tracks Bitcoin somewhat. And the properties of Bitcoin and Litecoins are fairly similar. But Litecoin has actually gone through one particular fork. Fork means that they have actually improved the protocol so that the transaction time is much faster now than Bitcoin. So they call it SegWit. Yeah. So let's take a look now. Litecoin is minus 2.13%, and the price now is 42, both 24 hours average and current price. Now Litecoin has actually gone up about $10 to $15 yesterday. So you see this tremendous jump here. Yeah. 2 days ago it was only about 30, 29, 31. Yeah, it has actually gone up. Yeah, 42. At one stage it went up to $48. Now it's consolidating at 42. Right? If this continues, maybe you'll try to test 50 or even 100. Right? So Litecoin is the star to watch, because one of the founder of Litecoin recently left Coinbase and decided to spend 100% of his time to develop Litecoin further, which is his baby. Yeah, this guy is called Charles Lee. So it's a coin to watch. Now, Litecoin is one coin that you may want to consider buying regardless of whatever the price. If you can get it lower, is better. And hold if you are looking at a storage value, a stock value, because like gold and silver, Bitcoin and Litecoin are stock value. And in future, I think this price will go higher. I don't know when. Yeah. So this is Litecoin. Similarly, let's take a look at the other website and see who are the action people. Yeah. Okay. Now the market cap is at 110. Went back to 110. It was it was 116 1 week ago. Went down to 102, 101. Went down to 94, 90. Came back again 96. Right. Then 109. Yeah. So this kind of pattern. Yeah. So this will give you an indication. And the dominance of Bitcoin actually has gone down. It was 39.9, now it's 37.9. So similarly, the results here, let's click Bitcoin. So Bitcoin continue to be, at this moment in time, dominated by those who are holding Bitcoin, because this is LTC, this is Litecoin. So a lot of people were trading Litecoin for Bitcoin now, at this moment in time. So whatever money they make, actually they are now parking into Bitcoin. So they already make the money, they park in Bitcoin, right? So this is Ether, BTC, Polonoid, yeah. So here is the trading percentage. Yep. So based on this, you can see that people are trading their Bitcoin, their Litecoin to Bitcoin. That means they are actually parking the value of volatility of the Litecoin to Bitcoin. Okay, similarly here, so China, yeah, are currently the big player, yeah, in Ether. Okay, you see now this 12%, right? Similarly, Korea, 11, about 20%. So from here, from this exchange, you can see who are the people actually moving the markets and what is their objective, right? So here means people are buying and selling in China Bitcoin, highest factor. Here means this and this means Koreans are buying or selling Ether at this moment, right? And the Chinese are not so active in Ether at this moment in time. Right? So let's take a look at Ripple, yeah? Okay. So Ripple, you'll find that Koreans are active, yeah? And then people who are having Bitcoins are active now. Korea is active. Bitcoin is active, yeah? So people exchanging here. So this is how you see. And in Ripple, the Koreans are very active here. So I believe that Korea is a major player moving the prices of cryptocurrency in the world right now. Yeah, besides the Chinese, the Chinese, yeah, or whoever that is using those exchanges that is in China. So that's how you see things. Yeah. Now in later parts of the videos, I will tell you how to look at trend just using this, right? And then from there you can roughly predict who's doing what, and you can actually look at their strategy they are doing without even knowing who they are. So let's look at Litecoin. Okay, so Litecoin, you see the yuan people holding the renminbi, yeah, Litecoin to yuan are actually not manipulating, they are trading in the market, yeah, actually trading in the market to move the prices to their own agenda. So the Koreans are also there. So as you can see down here are the 5 top exchange, the Chinese, this Bitcoin, these are the Koreans. Okay, so the main drivers of Litecoin's price up, I can safely say is in Asia. Because if you plus this year 26, 16 days already over 40%, you plus this year again, oh my goodness, it's more than 50%. So Asia is setting the price range for Litecoin. That means they like Litecoin. Yeah. Okay, so having covered this, I like to go to today's lesson. I'll be spending less time on these kind of cycles, but I will still go through when I run my training program so that you have a rough idea. But the main purpose of this particular channel is to teach you how to hunt, not to give you fish. I would like to teach you how to hunt so that you'll be able to see things from what my perspective is, and from there, if you think that it makes sense for you, you may want to, use the same strategy, yeah, or you can develop your own. But this is for your knowledge and information. Okay, just now we covered the summary of the last 5 days action on Bitcoin and Ether, and I actually add Ripple and Litecoin in, and then using a bearing. Now, when you are doing trading, okay, or trading, that is very important. You must have a trading point. You can use US dollars, Sing dollars, Korean won, or even the cryptocurrency. You must use one currency because there's always changes. And if you don't have a bearing, then it's very difficult. It's like you are an aeroplane. You have to fly from some airport, and then you need to go to another airport. You need to land. So from this particular airport that you're flying, the pilot needs to know, okay, this is the bearing to that particular airport that I'm going to land. If not, they lose their way, or they get missing in the Pacific Ocean. And the worst thing is, we even with our such a high technology, sometimes we can't even find where the plane is. Okay, third topic I'd like to talk about is what is decentralized and centralized system. Now, most of the cryptocurrency currently are decentralized. Cryptocurrency came about because of this decentralization. A lot of smart and intelligent people say they do not want to be governed by rules that they have little or no say, and in areas whereby they are restricted. So a lot of these creative engineers, they actually came up with blockchain technology, started by one guy, nobody knows who he is, called Satoshi, yeah, Nakamoto. So this Satoshi guy, he doesn't nobody knows what he is, but he actually provide the protocol. The protocol is something like the internet. When internet World Wide Web was invented, right? You have this particular protocol, and then everybody can use the protocol to develop them. So decentralized means anybody can participate, yeah, as long as, yeah, you have a computer, you can participate in this decentralization. So this is where the Wild Wild West actually is developing now, which is good, because usually you need to have the Wild Wild West because before you can have a successful nation, and the USA is one good example. Yeah. Now, centralized system means have lots of control. Yeah, right. Which they may or may not want you to know. So centralized system means that it goes to a certain specific point, and this specific point that people can regulate it. Yeah. So this centralized and decentralized. Now, in the name of the cryptocurrency, right? It was created and developed out of decentralization. So a lot of people cannot accept this centralization. Yeah, I believe centralization can work using the same technology, specific corporation or government. For example, sovereignty coins, sovereignty tokens. Each country can actually govern their own system using a centralized system or corporation. But decentralization is the real technology that globalization should adopt. Because you need to have creative people, and creative people are all mainly come from the Wild Wild West. If you have centralized system, then it's under control, it's under regulation, right? Greed will surface, yeah, because of human nature, and command and control and elite will form, powerful people will form, powerful groups will form, and they control the system. So sorry. So in a centralized system, slavery, yeah, modern day slavery or pastime slavery, always a centralized system because there's always a king, there's always an emperor, there's always a dictator. So this is a centralized system, right? And most of the people will have to work under a system that they have little or no control. Now, if you have a good emperor, a good dictator, or a good government, then it's okay because they will take care of you. But unfortunately, in most cases, through history, empire rise and fall. And why they rise and fall is because of greed, because the powerful want everything for themselves. So people revolt. Yeah. So this is called centralized system. Yeah. We are still in the centralized system, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's why we still have wars. Yeah. We still enjoy killing each other. We compete with each other rather than cooperate with each other. So centralized system, this is the weakness. Yeah. Decentralized system has its advantages because it drive creativity, it drive mankind forward. But it's a wild, wild west. Yeah. So we some kind of in between. We need to develop some kind of in between system, right? So that humankind can progress. But it's easier said than done, and I don't think it will happen in our lifetime. Yeah, we are still miles and miles and miles away from that kind of civilization whereby yeah, everybody can take care of anybody. Yeah, so we are not there. Yeah. So what are decentralized and centralized crypto coins? Yeah, example. Now, Bitcoin and Ether are examples of decentralized. Why is decentralized? Because anybody with a computer and a good graphics card, they can mine it. So it's open to everybody. People who are more hardworking, or even you can even start mining in your own computer. Yeah. So this is called decentralized. Now, Ripple and Stellar Lumens are example of centralized. That means they already mine. Yeah. So the coins are allocated or distributed to you. Yeah. Or distributed to be marketed. Whereas decentralized means that as times goes by, uh, depending on who got a better computers or a runtime or bandwidth, then they will be more successful in mining uh, Bitcoin or Ether. And when more people mine, less will be available. When less people mine, more will be available. So this try to mimic a real economy where supply and demand is based upon the free market, or as free as possible. Yeah. Whereas if it is a mine coin, it's not really a free market because it's already mined. Yeah. So those people who already mine the coin, and if you buy them, then you are subjected to a centralized control, not a decentralized control. Yeah. So in life, you have to decide whether you are better in competing in decentralized or centralized, or even both. Yeah, depending on the timing. Okay. Next, I'd like to cover how to understand Bitcoin and Ether in layman's terms. Yep. Okay. I think the best way to describe it is Bitcoin is something like a stock value at this moment in time because it has already gone through 9 to 10 years of history. It has taken a lot of hard knocks and beating, and it still refused to go away. In other words, that the world recognizes that this is a value, a stock value, that is necessary convenience to be used as a form of exchange, somewhat, yeah. So you can take it Bitcoin as something like a gold. Previously, all central banks they have a fiscal gold backing. Now most of the central banks they have nothing to back, yeah, except in God we trust. So as long as the masses trust that this particular fiat currency is of value, right, and defined and defended by other fiat currency, which is also backed by nothing, or defended by the military. So if you do not recognize my dollar, I will attack you. So that is the value in fiat currency, right? So Bitcoin is like fiscal gold, yeah, fiscal gold. And in history, fiscal gold is always used as a stored a value. Now, Ether is different. Ether is something like a transportation. It is something like a protocol. Protocol means that it's like a transport channel. If you want to use, if you want to go from point A to point V, and you need to go through this highway, then this highway is Ether. So when you want to go to this highway, you need to go to this highway, you need to pay a fee. So a lot of miners are mining Ether because they are actually enjoying this. They are something like a toll collector. So Ether is a transportation highway, and Ether allows, which is an improvement over, allows that you can actually write contracts, smart contracts on it that determine itself for a specific application. That means that may be of value to a certain specific industry or a purpose. So, if you think of Ether means that Ether is something like an Android, like a Microsoft Windows, yeah. So this is the protocol that a lot of applications sit upon, apps sit upon. So the apps is like a smart contract, right? So serve a specific purpose, right? But then if you do not have Android, the protocol, then the apps cannot be developed because they don't have an API to actually develop it, okay, right? Now, so why now a lot of people are buying Ether? Because they realize that Ether is a highway. Without a highway, you cannot get from point A to point B in cryptocurrency. Yeah. So Ether is one a major highway. So Ether will never will lose its value. That means it is a value in terms of providing the highway. Bitcoin is a stock value. They say, hey, look, I got Bitcoin. That means I got value. So you can think it on in this way as a layman, how these two particular coins came about. And it is similar and non-similar somewhat, right? Depending on which particular angle you're looking at. Okay, so this is Bitcoin Ether. And now a lot of applications are built upon them, both Bitcoin and Ether. But recently, looks like Ether or Ethereum is gaining more traction compared to Bitcoin. So at some point in time, Bitcoin will be recognized as a stock value and Ether as a application. Okay. I hope today's lesson is useful to you. You have gained something from this lesson, having spent some time on this particular video. If this kind of video are popular, right, I will make more and more educational information about it. But I'll focus more on the overall concept and framework of cryptocurrency rather than just concentrate on the trading. Because in order to have a good solid foundation and not short-term gains, you must understand a framework, how they go about, and what are the parameters. Because short-term wise, thinking are only for traders who are opportunists. They want to make some money short-term. But unless you're going to die tomorrow, you need to plan a little bit long-term that how you'll be able to benefit from cryptocurrency because this is going to be with us for some time. Yeah, especially the next 3 years will be very exciting. Especially next year, where real applications and solutions will actually come out, built on top of Bitcoin or Ethereum, that will be able to solve some of the problems or provide solutions for our mankind, hopefully for the better. So, if these kind of videos are popular, I will continue to make. Yeah. Okay. And thank you. That's all I have today. Bye.